In the hollow where the shadows fall, we gather round, we hear the call. Liquid fire from the mountain's hand burns like truth, but it tastes like sand. Oh, it sure feels right at the end of the day. Drink it up, let the story stay. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd. So thick it hums and sings, a slow dance wrapped in unseen strings, clear as glass, but it bites like a snake, sharp and cold, every breath we take. Oh, the stars know our sins tonight. Let that burn till the world spins right. The creek laughs low, the fire cracks loud. We lose ourselves in a moonlit crowd. Secrets deep, the kind you tell.
I love that song. Good morning, y'all. Hello. Welcome back.
Hello. Hi. Welcome.
We've got some beautiful ladies here with us today. That was a really crap British accent. Anyway.
Better than mine.
My dad's English, so but he's like Liverpudlian, like a real Scouse deep accent, which I pick up the second I get on the phone with anyone like from over there. But thank you, welcome, Miss Smoker Hutchins.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, you are welcome. It's my own fault. Like you guys, I am like 14 hours ahead, so it's the 11th for me today. It's Wednesday, so I have to put in StreamYard the time that is the Melbourne equivalent of yours, which is fucking hard to do.
Yes.
Ty told me the other day.
Jody's in the future.
Jody's in the future. So I'm like, yeah. It just don't work with lottery tickets, you know? Come on.
Right.
Again on the weekend. Like
Yeah, it gets a bit confusing. I had a friend that live streamed she mainly did like poetry, Game of Thrones, stuff like that. And where she was in Scotland, the scheduling was a little difficult, but we make it work.
Yeah.
So I apologize, but thank you again for joining us. So it's the crack of dawn here. The sun's just coming up. And today, well, hang on, let's do a few housekeeping things. Good morning, Miss Tricia. How you doing? It says good morning, Brandy Ty, and hello and welcome.
Morning.
Hello.
Good afternoon here.
Mod and my bestie from the Resty. She's in Lawrence County over there in Kentucky. She actually was the one who sent me all the details on the shooting of Kevin Mullins at the start, so you can blame her. And we also have a new moonshiner. So welcome to.
All right.
Yay! Woohoo!
Welcome, Make a Store.
Yep. I finally came up with a name for the communal bunch. Tried a few, but yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like that one.
I like that one.
Why not? Why the fuck not? So, what have we got? What's happened in the last week? So, we've had Sabrina's settlement. That's all done and dusted. She's in discussions at the moment for other alternative incomes. We'll leave it at that. But she's good. She's happy. What else has happened? What have you girls been up to? Anything exciting?
I went to Walmart this morning.
Oh, don't forget the judge refused to recuse
Oh,
himself.
that's right. Correct, Judge Corrin. Yes.
Yeah.
So the
No
Supreme
surprise.
Court took the decision back into his own hands, and of course, he chose not to recuse himself. But I think that's going to become an appellate issue down the track if it goes to trial. I'm hoping it'll be a
Seems like it would.
What was
Pretty
that?
serious. I mean, this is a pretty
I said
serious
it
situation.
seems like it would be. Like they wouldn't even take a risk, take a chance like that.
Yeah. He's silly. But
It
they
seems
have to do someone
sloppy and
in
silly
there.
to me. I don't understand it.
It
They have
doesn't
to
surprise
do
me
that.
with the Letcher County Courthouse. Like
No.
when it comes to setting up trials,
They can't trust an outsider.
yeah, absolutely nothing surprises me. Everything
I
is
would
about
rather-
who you know
rather-
around here, and it was pretty obvious. They were. I mean, I don't think any of the judges in Kentucky, they're all going to have favoritism in Mullins, but to have Judge Cohen set right beside of Judge Mullins a week before, come on,
he was in that committee with him.
yeah.
I think there was
It just
a
kind of
picture.
it more or less just kind of proves everything that we've been saying about the court system. It
Correct.
pretty much is set up, in my opinion. It's a racketeering operation.
Oh, 100%.
It's everything is so different in Kentucky versus Illinois and Texas. From what I
versus
know,
the whole US, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
It's hard for
everything.
people to
Everything is
believe.
built on the good old boy system here.
Yeah.
And there's
It's
no.
like I said, it's hard to believe, when we tell our stories to other people that aren't from our area, it's kind of hard for them to even believe or understand that it went on at all, let alone as long as it has. It's kind of.
Well, the puzzle only flipped together for me only a few weeks ago when I sat talking to Brandy for 5 hours, and the pennies just kept dropping. What
I had to connect all the dots,
Yes,
how they connect.
It is
And
a culture shock. And if you're not from here, it's really difficult until you see it for yourself, because everyone's related, or they work for so-and-so, or they've had a family relationship for years. And you wouldn't believe it until you've seen it. And once you see how it operates, it's devastating.
Well,
it causes psychological damage to a lot of
Oh,
people.
for sure.
Yeah.
And it's had 60 years to perfect itself, like they finally tuned it.
Yeah.
And that's why I believe there is the resident rule in Kentucky, where only residents of Kentucky can obtain documents and shit. That's how they keep a lid on it,
Mhm.
And then they don't educate us on how to do it, so we don't know
Right,
how to do
right.
it. So,
Yep.
nobody's keeping records.
You don't know what your options are, so you don't use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is one of the reasons why I decided that, because the way that they make their money off you guys is basically on the Schedule 4 funding, or the Title 4 funding, because every program, every service, every pharmaceutical thing it attracts that Item 4 federal funding to it. Okay. And of course, it's the state cabinet that directs where that funding goes as well. So they've got, once the funding comes down, they have full control there of where it goes. Excuse me. And you'll be surprised what I've actually discovered on, oh Lord, another rabbit hole, but we'll have a look through it. So initially it starts with the Department of Education. And then they found that they were having difficulties maintaining that level of income because of the truancy. So then they decided that they would start arresting the truants, and that puts them straight into the Department of Justice system, which all attracts Title IV.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've always said that everything kind of starts with the school is pretty much down here. The school is pretty much a pipeline from school to prison. I mean, there's not much difference. I've worked towards getting school choice here because if we had more options when it comes to education, and the education ranking system in Kentucky we're very low, and without options, you know, the only way that you can get out of poverty and escape being a victim of basically human trafficking or, you know,
get out,
being used. That's the only way to get out. And they fight so hard. They spend taxpayer money to manipulate people and say, no, we need public dollars in public schools. And then you've got public schools taking trips, buying $80,000, you know, vehicles, and the kids' grades and the teachers' pay, you know, it stays low. And
that funding's there, they get to decide how it's spent.
Exactly.
Yeah. And like you've got the jailer as the school resource officer. Really?
It doesn't surprise me. Yeah, the Pike County jailer, his son works for the Board of Education, so they're in tight.
Well, Letcher County's up for a new jailer at the moment, and they're in opposition. So there's a new guy come in who I initially thought was a relative, but he's not. Is Brian Fields, and he's fresh from somewhere, I'm not sure where, but he's gunning for this. But he's going up against so the previous jailer was Bert Sloan.
Brian is was the criminal justice. Is that correct, Brandy? At our college. But he's got a lot of experience too, like real life, like trained experience and certification. And he teaches others.
He's got a lot of experience on paper, but he has no idea what's going on with Letcher County now. No idea. None.
Well, no, nobody. They're not going to let anybody just walk in there and see what they're doing, especially somebody that's dying for the job.
Yep. Oh, he's been advised. It's okay. Because he reached out to me to support his campaign. And so I'm like,
right.
We'll see.
That's why these elections are so important.
Yeah. So basically, I'm waiting for. I said to him, okay, well, if you want to win this campaign and you honestly want to win it for the right reasons, you need to publicly support Sabrina as an announcement as part of your campaign, and then I'll consider it. So we're waiting for that. Proof's in the pudding, mate. Talk is cheap. Talk is cheap. So we'll see if we'll just keep an eye on him, see what happens with him. You never know. He might be worthwhile as a voice, at least, if nothing else. All right, let's get this. Oh, hang on. I need to add. Oh, you are. Hang on, I've got to add cameras in. Sorry, I had to add cameras into the fold, into the picture. Sorry. Ooh, who's Rooster?
Oh, that is my toddler.
How old is your toddler?
He's 4 years old.
She said, "Oh, that is my topic."
He's in there trying his best to behave while I do a live stream.
Oh, all right. So you've got a 20-year-old and a 4-year-old.
Yes.
You're a better woman than I. Oh, first a word from our sponsor.
Today's live stream is proudly brought to you by Piss Pads for all of life's unexpected milestones.
I love it. I fucking love it. Oh dear. All right, let's have a read of this, shall we? Can you all see that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, wrong way. So, in the US, Title IV funding generally refers to the federal funds authorized under the Social Security Act. Now, I have put all the links to everything that I've referenced here in the description box so that you can search them up for yourself, so you know it's not bullshit. It's under the Act. So these primarily are designed to support child welfare, the foster care system, the adoptions, and child support enforcement programs. But in Kentucky, other services and programs receive the Title IV funding related streams, which, surprise, surprise, really. And this is administered through the Kentucky Cabinet for Health and Family Services. And the link again is in the description box. But Title IV programs create and they create several direct and indirect revenue streams. So let's go through a few, shall we? So this is a bit of information on just the actual cabinet that runs it itself. It was founded in 1792, and it has about 5,000 employees. It's multiple departments, obviously. Have you guys all aware that this website exists and it lists all of your community programs, and there's like a Kentucky Transitional Assistance Program, and
No,
there's
you're
heaps of
you're not told about any programs. You have to ask.
I wasn't
for.
aware of the website, but the
That
information
one is
has
KTAP.
been
That's
made
the
available.
welfare.
Yeah.
KTAC,
Yeah.
yes, that is.
Beware if you
Yeah.
lean on that for any
And
amount of time, even if it's for a month or two.
KTAP
That
really
puts,
does anything.
Yeah.
It gives a tiny amount to
Very
it gets a
tiny
tiny
amount.
amount.
who are
But what it
struggling.
does do is it locks you in where you owe them
It
child
is such a
support.
small amount. It does not really make that much of a difference in
No,
this
that's-
area.
But
Back
that's what we
in
pay child
And
support
there's
back
no
on.
jobs.
back
Yeah.
in the
There's no choice, where you can send your school. There's no choice for groceries, shopping.
Yeah.
And all of it it's set up by design, in my opinion.
Correct.
It's
That's why
taking a lot of this out of our Social Security, and it's very wasteful.
Once that funding is diverted to the state, then they have full control of where it goes.
Yeah. Probably makes sense why this place got hit with opioids, and you have so many people who have died. People have
Benefits.
never received their pensions, their black lung, nothing.
yeah,
So they're probably
black lung.
um,
And it's funnily enough, though, when I was doing this, it actually came up with a warning. If you're investigating systemic issues or government incentives, the Title IV child support system and the Title IV foster care reimbursements are usually the largest revenue generating components for states like Kentucky.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
yeah, I know people who have children that are my age, and they're still paying child support.
Yep.
Doesn't make any sense.
No
whatsoever.
Got that in here. But yeah, Ty's the same.
I mean, Ty's situation is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Now, listen. They came back at first and said that's why I paid child support was because I drew KTAP. And I said I only drew KTAP for like a very, very short period of her time. It was just like a handful of checks, like a handful.
Yeah. Not
And they
supposed
say that's what I owe all that thousands and thousands and thousands in child support for is because I drew a check on her for a half of a year or something.
Yeah,
and it
but you
wasn't
pay-
much, like Nicole said. It was just like, and this was way back 20
Yeah,
years
Kentucky
ago.
needs a Doge
So
department
we were only
waste,
getting
fraud,
like
and
80
abuse
bucks or
because
something.
it is very rampant.
Yeah.
You're right, Nicole. It does. It needs it done horribly.
And there's little to no oversight.
No. That's what I said
I
about
think that's
records.
probably one of the biggest issues, is that there's little to no oversight, no accountability.
No. Why would they?
No.
It's one of their biggest revenue generators.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You
that's
can-
why you have lawyers who think it's funny. They'll advertise about you getting a divorce, crack jokes, and once you get in there, they'll keep you fighting as long as they possibly can.
Yep.
And
They don't want divorce from the lawyers.
Yeah, they don't want real solutions. They don't genuinely care about the kids. They're just using the kids to extract parents for money.
We're coming up
A
on
lot of
2
wealth has been
years.
drained from this area.
Yeah, we're coming up on 2 years in court with ours.
I'll be able to tell you why in a second, Randy. But like, this is just the child support enforcement scheme that they've got going, and it covers. So the Title IV dips its finger into all of these aspects of it. So the establishing paternity, the child support order establishments, the collection and enforcement of it, interstate wage garnishing. The whole kit and caboodle. They have their finger in every pie, and they all attract Title IV funding. And then you've got this Kentucky Child Support Enforcement Program to make people pay.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all linked in the description box. You've got the email address there. But so it provides comprehensive services to custodial parents, legal guardians, and non-custodial parents. Really? That sounds a bit far-fetched to me.
Let's not forget, whenever Leah was a baby, her dad had full custody of her.
There's more
and we had to pay
separate
in.
parents and put children in foster care
Yes,
than there
is.
is to I'm pretty for sure foster parents get paid like $1,000, $2,000, and
Close to
you have
$2,000 a
children
month.
who live with their grandparents, for instance, and they don't receive any benefits. None.
Yep. There we go. Here's the revenue for child support enforcement. 66% is from federal funding.
Wow.
Yeah. 66%. These incentives are
moly.
backed by federal welfare reform laws. This is Kentucky, I mean. So it's the largest financial driver isn't child support payments themselves. It's the reimbursements, the performance incentives, and the administrative grants. That's what keeps the system funded. That's where they make their money off you. But that is all then generated by quantity. And, like you've actually got to show that you have a demand, the more money you get then.
Mm-hmm.
Hence why they circle them.
Jody, there was an article that I seen today on Facebook, and I Nicole, you might have seen it too, that was saying that Allison Ball, when she done her audit or whatever, found that they had been keeping foster children in, was it state buildings or, has anybody else seen that today?
Just so they could claim the Title IV.
Well, Andy Brashears is defending that it didn't happen, but I'll find it and send it to you so you can kind of see what's going on.
All right. So most of these services in the community are based under the control of the Kentucky Department for Community-Based Services, which is a part of the Human Services Department and the Cabinet of Health, which is the state funding body where those funds go to, and it gets distributed as per their discretion, basically. And then it goes on to the adoption. It covers heaps of adoption. I've got all the percentages. Hang on. You've got your guardianships. They attract all the payments as well.
Yeah, that's why there's signs everywhere that when you drive, there's like little yard signs that talk about, do you want to be a foster parent? Everywhere.
Yep. The problem is not just taking the children from homes that put them in danger. They're taking them from homes that have either pissed them off or done the wrong thing, or they haven't complied in some way.
Right.
And that's how they weaponize it.
Yeah. That's exactly what they do.
Really? Mm-hmm. There was something I wanted to get to for you in here, Brandy, too. So this Social Security Act is the major federal program that provides all the funding to these states, tribes, and territories.
Wasn't that done by the Clinton administration?
Oh, I didn't look that far into it.
I'm pretty sure it's that was a Clinton.
That was Hillary's
initiative,
project.
and that it worked so well that they had to up the program back in the early 90s or mid 90s.
Yep. That was one of Hillary's projects.
So this is where the Kentucky Administrative Office makes its money, in the court system. Okay? They receive funding for every time there is a child welfare hearing, dependency or neglect proceeding, termination of parental rights cases, court improvement programs, or judicial training. So that's why they keep postponing you, because they get money every time you turn up at that courthouse. Every time.
Oh, when I got a divorce with my daughter's father, it took 5 years to get a divorce. It was absolutely ridiculous. I had never seen anything like it in Chicago.
Well, Sarah,
the courthouse is probably, that generates more money than anything around here.
Yeah.
Sarah and the baby daddy agreed on everything.
And it's extremely sad because there are people who are well respected in this area, who have come forward with information, fake bogus arrest warrants just because a woman was married to a lawyer. He didn't want to pay child support, so they put a fake arrest warrant out and took her kids, did all kinds of awful stuff. It's been like 20 years, and she, her family is involved with the courthouse. I think her father used to be a judge, her grandfather used to be a judge, so she knows the inner workings of all of these programs. And like I said, she fights with Let Our Children Go, a nonprofit organization fighting back against CPS and all of this. So,
cool. If you've got the link to that at some point, can you share it with actually I'll make you a mod now, and then you can
we talked about that a couple of times before, Jody, that Let Our Children Go, and I was invited to sit in on a couple of meetings that they had, a couple of Zoom meetings, invited by Nicole's the one that set it up.
Yeah, Let Our Children Go is a nonprofit that started.
They are good people.
A Christian family who was homeschooling their children, and they were taken away just because they wanted to homeschool.
Yep. So, the same as Brandy's grandchildren.
Yep.
Just because of her name, because I can't get to Brandy at the moment. I just go down the line.
That is the worst thing about speaking up, and why so many people around here fall in line.
Correct.
Is because they know that if they can't get to you, they will get to your friends, your family, any way they can. And
the way I
if they
look
can't
at
do it
it
through the court system, I think one of the commissioners spoke up the other day over a garbage dump that they wanted to bring here, and he was like, "Yeah, you can just pay off some old dopehead to go burn down somebody's house," and tried to make himself out to be a victim. Just because the community was mad, he voted for something he didn't even read. Like they had the paperwork pertaining to this huge landfill they wanted to bring here and bring, all of these liberal cities garbage and dump it off here. And that was pretty wild to hear during a court meeting. They can. All you have to do is just pay someone off, and they'll go burn down your house.
Yep. They will go to no lengths.
The way I feel about it is
nothing.
They was not going to rule in our favor anyway. I mean, whether I spoke up or not, I knew it wasn't, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I can't be quiet, because I don't want my granddaughter to ever be put where, and have to go through things I've seen.
Yeah.
Just no, I'm not doing it.
They purely do it just to try, they weaponize it basically. To try, toe the line. It's disgusting.
Yep.
And welcome, Real Trump said. Welcome, and Mindful too. Oh, good evening, Mindful. From Denmark. Woohoo.
Denmark. I saw that. I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
From Denmark. Wow.
This is Smoker Hunters. She is more active on X than YouTube. She's got a huge following over there. So get over and I think I saved it. I'm sure I did.
She's got a good size following on Facebook too. She writes good articles there.
And TikTok.
No one in my community, when I first started speaking out about the human trafficking, missing individuals, and unsolved murders, my community was really upset with me. They were upset because I supported school choice. They were upset that I didn't go along with the DEI initiative. As a biracial person living down here, I've been called racist by so many white people. It makes me angry. But so I wasn't getting anywhere with my community, and I made an X account. I never posted any like pictures of myself or anything like that. I just openly started talking about politics, things that were affecting my community and the people in my community who were connected to the governor, AG's office, so on and so forth. And surprisingly, a bunch of politicians, state reps, senators, really important people started following me and engaging with my account. And I couldn't believe it. It's a lot easier to connect with your representatives over on X, and they genuinely want to hear from you.
There's not so many filters and censorship issues over there.
No, over on X, I can say whatever I want to.
Yes.
When I go back to Facebook, it's like, oh, better not type this because I'll get a strike, or my account will get banned.
Well, would you believe for the last couple of weeks, every single stream that I have done relating to Kentucky has had some kind of issue with it. I've had either copyright claim or inappropriate for ad revenue, monetization has been cancelled, whatever it is.
I had a lot of snags.
Yeah. They are censoring, and it happens with the other case that I'm following too. With Martin Bright, he's the gentleman that was convicted of the mass murder at Port Arthur, the 35 people at Port Arthur 30 years ago, and he's been incarcerated for 30 years this April, but he was again forced to plead guilty. Has an IQ of 66. All of his rights were not met. He had no representation in any of his interviews. Plus, he was to have extra support from the Disability Act from Australia as well because of his IQ. It's actually an intellectual disability that he has. He had no idea what he was pleading to, and at the sentencing hearing, it's so sad. Like his face, 35 consecutive life sentences he got. And yeah, it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So all of those have been hit as well. So anywho, I digress. So the welfare industry apparently is a high income earner for state governments over there. So when a child receives that public assistance, and the state can claim the right to collect the child support and to reimburse itself. There's the key words there. What are they actually doing or paying? Because they're not going to the children, and they're not going to the guardians or the foster parents or whoever when that child is like in their 30s.
Yeah.
And they get to under the child support laws I was looking up a few months ago for Thai, it is the judge's discretion whether or not they charge the interest, and it's massive, the interest, massive.
Yeah. It's racketeering, like Nicole said. It really is.
That's just another attribute to why we have an extremely high incarceration rate.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So,
They have to
and they're
cycle
punishing
through.
people for not being able to pay child
Mhm.
support,
Mhm.
and you don't have. And when I say the jobs are rare around here, I can't stress enough
Mhm.
how little opportunity that there is here. So
Because you don't get a job if you've got a felony
yeah,
on
if
your
you've got any type of criminal record, or if you're not related to or kissing so and so's ass,
Yep.
language, you
No,
don't
no.
get a job.
Correct.
I worked for a small business, and because of just my conservative values, I had people call, message, try to get me fired. Tell me if I didn't stop saying certain things that I wouldn't be employed. And thank God, I had a wonderful boss, and I started gaining traction and was able to make money from home. Otherwise, I would have been in a predicament, and they try to cripple you that way. And
yeah. The system is designed to make you fail at every option and every possibility, every single time.
Yeah. Especially in this community. Growing up, or being born in Chicago and living there for 13 years of my life, there are so many opportunities. There are different schools. I went to school where there were deaf and blind kids, and you had to learn sign language and how to communicate with them. And, it's just way more opportunities. And everything around here, I feel like, is designed to keep the community down. I never realized how suppressed Appalachians were until I moved here. But when I moved here, you still had, the coal industry was going for at least like 5 years. So, my stepdad owned coal trucks, and, everybody was working. There was probably 20 to 30,000 more people here when I first moved, and everyone has had to move away for a job. For job opportunities.
What started it all was that they lost their income, like the head families, basically the big wealthy families that made most of the money from the coal industry, had to replace their income somehow.
Right.
And most of them had family in the medical business,
and it's been impossible. And I think that is what has led this area to become so vulnerable and be exploited in the way that it has. This is the kind of stuff that you see in third world countries. It doesn't even feel, to me, dealing with the court system, seeing how people are struggling. It's more like a communist country.
Yeah.
Instead of
absolutely
scared to speak. There's a lot of
you've had the
we have that we don't utilize. I'll say it in a minute.
But you've had the benefit of seeing how it's supposed to work, Nicole. Like, you've seen how that system is supposed to work outside of Kentucky, and so you can pick the differences in how oppressed they are. And so they don't tell them any information, so they don't know who to go to or where to turn. They face retaliation if they do speak up. If they create the jail itself is designed to create all of these additional issues, like whether it be drug addiction or whatever.
Yeah.
And trauma.
Yep.
Then what I noticed is like that it's just taking advantage of people from every single aspect, from school to and I feel like the addiction around here is in large part because of nutrition. People battle. I seen, and I hate to say this, but I seen my cousin the other day post online, what type of SSRIs are you taking? And there's like 150 comments. When the coal industry shut down, you had all of these dollar stores pop up. Well, people that eat from the dollar store, because that's the only thing in their neighborhood, unless they want to go to Walmart, which isn't much better, they're pumping themselves full of toxic products, and it's a direct line with mental health, with your gut biome. So they're feeling depressed. They feel sick, weak, and there are the doctors around here. They're scam artists. Another huge thing.
They're all owned by the same person. They have the monopoly.
Yep, they have a monopoly. And beside of every single dollar store, there's a mental health clinic.
Yep.
You cannot tell me that that is not by design. And then also beside of all of these dollar stores, there's also Suboxone clinics.
Correct.
So they just traded out opioids for a different prescription that pretty much has the same side effects. So, you know, when people go to stop it, it takes them twice as long to really get clean because Suboxone is, I think it's a nasty drug.
The synthetic, yeah.
You know, there's not many options. I
No.
wish that they would bring like ibogaine treatment or just try something different. But you know,
It's sad when
they make it
it's sad
extremely
when they would
difficult
rather
because there's so much money to be made.
So they create the drug addiction in prison. They send you out with nothing, no Suboxone, nothing.
No, actually, they do. Before you are released in Kentucky, they will give you the medically assisted treatment program, and they will give you Suboxone as you get out. And then you have people who, you know, they take this Suboxone, and when they can't get into a clinic or whatever the problem is, then they go to finding drugs on the street, and then that cycle just continues to repeat. A lot of these Suboxone clinics, they're still writing like benzodiazepine and barbiturates and everything under the sun.
But you know, it's sad that they would rather.
I'm not seeing anything that really helps people. And if you don't agree with the recovery, you know, method, you really don't have any other resources. They only have one solution to a problem.
And they direct you to that solution that makes them money.
And they're not open to anything else.
If you don't,
not even
want
suggestions.
to go along with it, you know, I definitely know that there are individuals that work with lawyers, judges, their sugar babies that will literally go and sell drugs and you know, get people addicted.
Yes.
And there's not much to do around here. So people, they get bored, they fall into that same cycle. They don't have the means to travel like I do. And you know, just
and they end up back.
You got to remember too that a lot of people here are in great
it's an awful
physical
cycle.
pain.
We lock more people up in the state of Kentucky than anywhere else in the country.
And it's a generational.
And even
it's a
countries like El
generational curse.
Salvador, Russia, you name it. Like we imprison more people and have one of the highest incarceration rates in the world, not just the country, in the world.
And now you know why.
And a lot of these people, they don't deserve to be locked up for, you know.
But every time they are
admitted
to any of those things, whether it be the jails, whether it be the rehab programs, the drug courts, the Suboxone program, the GPs, they are all getting this Title IV funding. And so they redirect you through all of it.
Oh, yeah. And then you have to use their clinics. They team up with people like United Health. United Health is embedded into the local hospital. And they've got their, I think it's like BP program, or it's pretty much like the middleman for your prescription medication. And they found out that was basically a shell company that was in Switzerland and Ireland. It's not a real office. It's these doctors giving themselves kickbacks. And
not only that, they actually own the buildings that they're in. And you've got the monopoly on the pharmaceuticals as well as the jail contract.
Yep. Yeah, the West Care is working. It's a rehabilitation center by Congressman Hal Rogers, and it's embedded into a lot of these jails. So you've got the jail bringing in federal inmates that are bringing in drugs from all over the country. It's well known. And then, you know, then the jail is getting paid money for rehabilitating these people with medically assisted treatment. And it's just it's a catch-22. Like it's all designed to make someone fail.
You cannot win at all. It's designed to keep you failing so that you keep regenerating and circling through that justice system. Or
Yeah. And when you don't have a decent education, people don't understand,
know.
well, why is it working this way? Why can't I get ahead? Like,
yeah,
and
that's right.
It's
and that's how they control them. They from omission. They don't tell them anything. They don't tell them there's options. They don't. But if you add program on the end of anything, guaranteed it will be funded by the state item 4.
Oh yeah.
Article 4, Title 4, all of it. Even like the welfare cases here, it automatically assigns the right to collect the support to the state for reimbursement for anything, for child support, for the welfare costs, and they can just put whatever they want down.
Yeah.
Anything. It's all reimbursements of costs. It's disgusting, and everything is linked to it. Every single one of these, like your domestic violence support services. There you go. Your substance abuse programs.
I genuinely don't feel like there's any help for women who deal with domestic violence around
No,
here.
There isn't. There isn't. No homes, no nothing,
It's just not a thing.
They don't want to, because that then gives them, like, if anything happens with the domestic violence and stuff and the sexual abuse,
If they had resources for that, the shit would stop.
Yes.
You bring in trauma-informed care, the shit would stop. People wake the fuck up and realize what they're doing.
Cared for, they're not. In my opinion, they're not even treated as if they're humans. People around here, they genuinely are treated as if they're disposable. And growing up in Chicago, I've seen the ghetto. I genuinely just was so surprised at the quality of life. Like, people moving down here, it's a culture shock, and it's not the people. The people in this area, they're fantastic, amazing people. Yeah. It's all of those who are a part of the government, a part of these court systems, and a part of the racketeering operation that are awful. That's the culture shock. It is.
Yeah, and the sex stuff as well. Like, they torture you in that jail. They just absolutely torture you. Like, they'll put, just for shits and giggles, they'll put, a rapist in with his victim in the same cell just to watch how it goes. It's horrific, but that's all designed to break them. And so when they come out again, they've got a felony charge. They can't get a job. They struggle with rent, like to getting a rental property. So they've got housing issues. They've got domestic violence abuse, and that is all in favour of their government having them fail so that they regenerate back again. But what it's done, it's created such a divide between the majority that has all the wealth and the power, and they've put themselves all into these top power positions, that the difference in the middle, the indifference in the middle, has paved the way for the perfect environment for predators to breed. Like, they are just prolific.
Oh yeah, I know plenty of women around here who have been victims of domestic violence that should lock people away for life. I mean, pretty much kidnapping them, beating them, torturing them, and they don't go to jail. They're more worried about catching someone for child support than they are sexual predators around here. Like, because
that's where the money lies.
Yeah. Sexual predators, they're embedded in every aspect of the community.
100%.
Principals, teachers, to police officers. There's a situation in my area, and where you don't have many job opportunities. Women being promised modeling jobs or bartending job, things like that. And then it's, you want to do some art, and then it turns into naked art, and then naked art with cameras. And they're sitting there, you've got lawyers and judges from lawyers and judges who are well known for doing drugs, cocaine, and they're like, yeah, why don't you get some of the girls that work for the, that are a part of the volleyball team to come and do these art paintings. And, it ended up being a human trafficking operation. No one got in trouble. As a matter of fact, you have Judge Robbie Wright, him, his associate, she was down there drinking every single day, would come into court hungover. So, you don't really have representation. And it's basically all of them. You got the Commonwealth attorney who his, family owned a bar, borderline, where women, got in and they were underage. You'd be like 16, 17 years old and get into this bar. And it's very well known that they would put something in your drink, lock your keys up in the car and say, oh, yeah, well, come home with us. Like the biggest sexual predators, it seems to me, always end up getting grant money from the governor or, like you name it, that whole sex trafficking operation, every person that was hanging out down at that bar, even though we warned, hey, they're grooming girls. And I think that if I wasn't from Chicago and, kind of know about like people trying to catch you up and stuff, I probably would have fallen for it too. You've got millionaires that are well respected in the area saying they're going to give you a job. And then the next thing you know, like you're drinking, they put something in your drink.
What else are you going to do?
You end up in a room that has a door that's that locks from the outside.
But what is it that they've got to do? They've got no job, they've got no money, they've got no options, and so.
And you see these successful businessmen, people that are in the court system, and you think, yeah, this is my opportunity to make something of myself, or and it never is what it seems it is. Yeah.
She absolutely does, real Trump said, absolutely does understand exactly what's going on. She's very, very knowledgeable, very, very knowledgeable in all of in all of it, which is why we invited her on. She's had her own personal experiences as well with the system, and it's disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, you said it twice.
and it's you don't want to, well, even if you try to better yourself and you try hanging around, like Taya, oh, I'm going to give you a job, you're going to learn how to take a deposition. And that's what he did to her. I mean, you just see that happening so much. And a lot of girls around here, they don't even realize I'm getting taken advantage of.
No,
they genuinely think, especially, they always go for the ones who are really young. Because they know that they don't know any better. Yes.
But they also try and early emancipate them too, because as soon as they can start breeding, then they can start producing more heads for income, basically. So, they don't care if you're on drugs or anything like that, because that child, then it gives them a legitimate excuse to take them away and put them into the foster care or adoption services. So they've got a legitimate reason for it. They don't give a shit. They've set you up to fail at every point.
That's what in
the
our
Commonwealth
case,
attorney had a nurse's aide who was openly selling fentanil, methamphetamines, LSD, anything and everything you could think of, got busted multiple times. And the women that she was selling to ended up getting on these drugs so bad that they were selling their bodies, and it pushed them into human trafficking without them even, realizing what had happened. And here's the prosecuting attorney prosecuting everyone that comes through, and it's just generating more money, and it kind of brings more victims.
That's right
there to the courthouse steps where some of the biggest predators are.
Yes, and then the judge court orders them to do all these programs.
Yeah, and those programs, most of the time, they don't help.
No.
What do you? The only thing that you do to help is get promote jobs.
Yes,
more school choice, and to put things here for children. There's nothing to do for kids. They took out the pool. You just had like 2 or 3 small businesses close. Like there's nothing. So
no. And they don't want to give you anything because they want you to be bored. They want you to create.
Yeah.
They want you to break the law. That's
it's just shocking to me that these judges will and lawyers will sit there and drink and do drugs, accept, drugs and sex for representation. And then they'll look at you in the courtroom and try to shame people.
Yep.
They got addicted.
Yep. And they just make them out to be the
There you go. Hit that one on the head.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
what fucking has irked me my whole fucking life.
Just a dope head. They don't matter. And it's like, wait a minute. There are so many amazing people that are on drugs.
Yep.
And they would be such an attribute to this community.
Yep.
If the design wasn't set up for failure. Like there's so many people that could attribute to this community that can do great things. But
they're easier to control when they're on drugs, and they're
easier to control. And there's just no options except for the options that they tell you. And if you think differently, oh my gosh, like everyone will come out against you. It's just like, how dare you?
Yep. Yep. And this has been instilled for over 60 years.
Yeah.
So, it's generational now. Like what got me too was like when we were looking at Sabrina's case, there were women that didn't actually come forward and press charges because they didn't think that they had been sexually abused because they hadn't actually had sex with them.
Right.
But they didn't understand that everything else that had happened was actually considered, like it's sexual abuse still, but they thought it was just, if they'd had sex with them. So they didn't say it. Like that floored me. And to the point where, they would even insinuate that whoever stands up and asks for the money or asks for, compensation for this is taking advantage of the system because they used the drugs and they didn't say no to the sex and they didn't understand that that's an abuse of that power position and there is no consent. It should not even be on the table. Right. So
and then you see how people are used and abused around this area, and then you kind of wonder, well, everything is, weaponized against them.
Yes, it is.
A lot of people just want to do drugs to not
just to
feel
cope
the pain,
to not feel the pain,
sexualized or abused.
Yes. Yep.
So
200% exactly right. And then, as I said, the judges will court mandate you to do all these programs, but every one of them that they send you to, refer you to, has that item, Title IV funding. Every single one of them, and but they have to keep the numbers up to keep the money flowing. So they have to cycle you through. That's all they're doing. You are just an income stream to them. That's all you are, and it's fucking disgusting. So
imagine how it feels to have to go in and hang out with one of these sick fucks, get high with them, let them do whatever they want to your body, and then 3 days later, have to go and face that judge while he takes your child on the grounds that you used drugs or that you did this or that you did that.
Yeah, I'm here. I just
Are
didn't want to interrupt
are they taking their own kids?
It's starting to get a little bit choppy on my end. I don't know why.
Yeah, so the court system gets their funding from reimbursements in child welfare, any training grants, any whatever they can come up with, judicial improvement programs, anything they think can help, they will do it. They get paid. The court staff gets paid. The guardian ad litems, court technology, any case management systems, the lot is all funded, all of it.
And it's so sad because a lot of those programs, they don't help at all. No. If anything, it just makes it more difficult on the person because you have to, take so many drug tests, then take so many classes, and then go back to court only for them to drag it on. And it can,
because each one of them,
all the judges and guardian linems are our friends.
It's still not be good enough.
No.
There's no.
I'd say I probably spent a good $120,000. My inheritance going to court and getting a divorce. And everything that we started off with custody wise, it was pretty much split down the middle. That's exactly what we started off with was exactly what we ended with.
Yep.
And the judge just thought it was funny. He was like, "Oh, I should rent you guys out, one of those booths." Then it's like, that's not funny.
No, because every presentation at court you have, they get paid for.
Right. So what the very same custody we started off with 5 years later of jumping through all kinds of hoops and doing everything the court said, that's exactly what we settled on. So there was no need to go to court for 5 years. And I mean, I feel like I was extorted.
You are absolutely 100%, 100%.
Could have bought a house, a car, and put money towards my kids' college fund. But
anything that has a financial
exactly.
incentive is fair game. Basically, every one of them, and that's how they exploit you.
Yeah, I remember I didn't know Sabrina Atkins, but I had friends who knew her husband, I think, and they told me what had happened to her. And I was surprised that like the community hasn't shown her more support.
They're scared.
It's almost as if they're afraid to speak up. And that is just astounding.
That's why.
The fact that there was a sex for favor scheme that made national news, there's still no investigation.
No.
It's just like, we'll let time go by. People have short memories, and it'll just get swept under the rug.
And he
Go away, disappear like it always does if we deflect long enough. Well, I ain't shutting up this time.
I don't think anybody is.
He just basically paid for his story not to be exposed in the settlement. That's all he did. It was hush money because it doesn't come out because there's no trial. So, yeah.
And they drag it along. I know it's probably had to take it's taken a lot out of Sabrina having to deal with it, not being able to move forward, and everyone's talking about her situation.
I think it's been 5 years. I think since 2022. I think was the actual first initial complaint that she submitted. But yeah, she has faced adversity of all kinds, and she stood it out and stuck it out to the end. And
I'm proud of her. That's not easy.
Absolutely. But did you know that the Title IV programs are mainly like the employment is their pay comes out of Title IV programs. So your social workers, your child support officers, your investigators, all your court staff, the legal aid attorneys, the foster care administration, your IT contractors, your compliance auditors, all get paid out of the revenue of Title IV. Title IV, all of them.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
So the system functions as a major federal funding pipeline into the state economy. And that's what it's set up to do. That's why they fight so hard, and that's why
we're basically paying them to steal our children.
Correct. So your state spends the money on the administration programs, the federal government reimburses that, and then it's based on the performance metrics that increase the funding. So the amount of case numbers that go through, how much collections you do, the placements into programs, and the participation affects the amount of money that goes into the state government. That's the magic rule right there.
If there was no financial incentive, we probably wouldn't see the amount of exploitation, children being removed from their homes, the generational harm. It wouldn't be there if there was no financial incentive.
Nope. So 66% on all of these basically generates
they're wasting their time on cases like mine when they're children that are really needing help.
Yes, they don't care.
Yes,
because they come back. They just want you to come back.
Yeah.
That's why they delay it 30 days. Delay it 30 days. Delay it 30 days.
Yeah. Anytime someone comes to me with issues like, we might be going to court or, gonna get a divorce. I tell people, like, if you can work it out it will save you a lot of time, money, heartache, and stress to just keep it out of court, which it never happens. And
I think they're just hoping we go away.
The smallest issue will get turned into, oh my gosh, we need to go in there and CPS and check everything. And they're not trained, these CPS workers. They're trained to find something wrong.
Yes.
No matter what the
because
case
there's a financial incentive behind it.
Yep.
And would you believe that Appalachian region has one of the most significant Title IV involvement schemes? Pike County, Letcher County, and Harlan County. Top 3.
Yep.
Top 3.
Yep.
I believe it.
Yeah. That just blows my mind. Blows my mind.
Seems very un-American.
It's not. It's a dictatorship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, and a lot of people
say it sounds very American to me. Very, very colonizer to me. Yeah.
When you've got so much wealth, but in a small amount of the community, so they dominate, they monopolize everything that's property. They own school buildings, they own pubs, they own all of the medical centers, they own the pharmaceutical stuff, they own that, like, they've got you covered in every aspect. So how do you get around that? I don't have any answers. I don't know how you get out of that system when it's
almost impossible.
No. Yep.
The only way you can really get out of that system is if you have a decent lawyer that's from out of town. And I think what Eastern Kentucky, or what Kentucky is in high demand of, is civil rights attorneys. We need more. Not criminal or family court. If we had more civil rights attorneys, and like I said, with the education system, if people actually knew their rights,
exactly,
they probably wouldn't have to go through the system.
No,
because it's really easy to get tripped up.
That's why I told Jody, educating people is so important. Educating is
but I've
so
tried my
important.
best to figure out ways to combat it, and it's I've stood up for school choice. I've demanded jobs in the area. It just seems like
you hit a brick wall with most things.
Fighting a beast. And even when you do catch people up for financial crimes, who are doing bad things, FBI can come in here. They never truly investigate. Nothing ever gets done. There's no accountability. So it just
you got that famous case
to weaponize the system and make it
that famous case
hopeless.
in Pike
That's
County,
what I get from a lot of people. They feel hopeless.
That famous case in Pike County with the woman who wasn't he from the FBI? Didn't he kill her? That she was an informant, I think, wasn't it? And
what about you, Brandy? How has your experience been with dealing?
It's been
family court.
Unbelievable.
Because it's been a long time since I've had to deal with that, like 20 years.
Well, I mean, it's been 2 years so far. We're coming up on 2 years. We've gotten nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. We had court January 5th. It was canceled because our attorney couldn't be there. And we still don't have a court date to go back. Can't get no information. I mean, it's just, you feel helpless. And, our case didn't even start out with CPS. There was no abuse. There was no neglect allegations. There was no allegations of anything wrong. The kids were told by a state trooper that whoever got to the Jamie Hatton's office and filed a EPO kept the kid.
Yeah.
Basically telling them to go. Why? There wasn't no argument. There wasn't no fighting. It was, But you want them to go swear an EPO, and then, which Sarah didn't get up there first.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were right behind each other's steps, and the EPO was dropped, but still,
How do you call that justice?
Right. Right.
And
so she had to go through, she went from this happened in May, and from May
I don't know if
until
I've ever
December
actually seen justice or accountability
for anything.
ever served in this area.
Nope.
For anything.
Never. It's based on favoritism. Who can make a phone call?
Yep.
Whose friend is in office. It's
how good of a plea can
it's
you
not
get?
Based on law. It's not based on the Constitution.
It's really not.
So the only options that they were told they had was to get up to this office first. They weren't told about any legal rights, nothing. And it was, didn't they have a parenting plan in place already, Brandy?
Well, they were going through a divorce, and they had decided they didn't want child support. I mean, everything was worked out, and
happening.
And then they just decided not to bring her, or let us pick her up after
the father
visit.
decided, I'm not returning them, and that was that.
That was that. That was it. We've not been given any other options. Sarah went from May to December and didn't see her at all, and then she had to go through
I'm not able to hear Brandy.
Of visits. Is it?
Can you not hear Brandy?
Mm-mm.
Oh no.
I can hear her. I don't know why you can't.
I don't know.
Maybe try to refresh your screen, Nicole. That might help. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
That's all right. She can come back.
Yeah. But no, it's been a rough experience.
Oh, look.
Nope, they went tattoo.
They'll be back. What? There she goes.
That just amazes me with that, though.
You hear her now?
I can hear her now.
Yay!
Yay! But
no,
it's been a learning experience, because I felt like, you basically told the kids to go lie. You told them to go lie and swear out a warrant on the other one, claiming domestic violence, when, that puts a domestic violence claim against the other one, which automatically, then here's your drug testing, and here's your this, that, and then to prove that you didn't, and then, drop the EPO, but you still look like the person that committed domestic violence, So, and it's just been a nightmare. It really has. I miss them so bad, it kills me.
Oh, it's cruel. And you can't tell me that is in the child's best interest, to take them away from their primary carer and parent to nothing.
Yeah, they have no idea what's going on. And it kills me. They just, one day we're there, and then the next we're not. So it's been rough.
So Mindful says Stein's attorney, but the Bartleys, filed for the Supreme Court for the judge to recuse himself. The Supreme Court ruled that they should have asked the judge first. And they sent it back to the judge, and he said, no, that's right. He didn't recuse himself. So why did Bartleys not, I don't know what the next bit is. Know this from the start. Are they trying to postpone the case?
I think they were hoping.
I don't think they were actually aware of it, but Mindful, because we actually broke that story of where the Judge Corin, and Kevin Mullins were in this particular, what was it called, Brandy? Like a commission.
It was mental health. It was judicial for like the judges and stuff. It was some kind of
commission on mental health.
But what got me about that is Judge Mullins was there talking about mental health, on how to treat inmates in a humane manner. And it's like you're literally,
it's disgusting.
So it seems like to me a lot of the programs around here, you have predators who are in charge, and they create
for
these
sure.
programs, and
Exactly.
it's all a farce, and it's all
just a shell.
yeah.
It's just to say, okay, we have this available and we can collect that funding, but we do fuck all about it or with it.
Exactly.
Or don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone about it.
So we broke that story the 23rd of December last year with the judge, and then 3 days later was when the defence filed that motion for the judge to recuse himself. So I don't believe they knew. I don't think they had any idea that he had a conflict of interest. So no, I don't think they have been postponing the case. But we still haven't had a ruling on the change of venue or anything, because we had to wait for this recusal motion to get an answer. So, do you think they'll move it from Letcher to somewhere else?
Gosh, that's hard.
Where it's a high-profile case, there's a slight possibility, but getting a change of venue is almost impossible. When my husband went to jail in Letcher County over 10 years ago, that whole situation was horrific. All he did was go out, for New Year's. I think they told us like $80,000 for a change of venue. Despite us getting a different judge, like they refused to give us a different venue. And they had the community sign a petition to keep it in Letcher County, despite it being a huge conflict of interest. And then those same people that signed a petition were also trying to get on the jury. And there were friends and family members, co-workers of those that were involved in this, big bar fight that, had direct ties to the victims. So
and it was very high profile too. I mean, I remember, the victims wearing certain colors and ribbons, and so it was pretty high profile.
Yeah.
And just for the record, it's been a wrongful conviction as well. Nicole's husband. So yeah, poor bugger's been in jail for 10 years. 10 fucking years. Something he didn't do. Just
if he probably would have took the plea deal, he might have done his time and got off on good behavior. He might have gotten probation by now, but they just he was like, this isn't right. And there's DNA evidence was withheld. Our witnesses mysteriously died.
Oh, that seems to be a pattern over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
very much so.
Yeah, and
that's how they're willing to go to protect their secret, to not be exposed.
Yes, and I remember asking, I was like, "Who are these people?" And I was never explained to. The boy that my husband got into a fight with was the head of probation, and his mom was head of probation and parole in 3 different counties, and not only that, but his uncle was a judge. And what he told my husband that night was, we own this town.
They do.
I'm basically going to, off you. And it was all over a bottle of liquor that some girls gave to him and his friend. And, my husband tried to pay for the bottle of liquor. And he said, tried to give him $20, $100. And he was like, I'll break your leg. Only one of your legs, if you give me $100. And it was just astounding. Because we used to throw music festivals, work with all kinds of people, literally doing entertainment, hospitality. That's what his family does. So running into a situation that was like that, it was shocking to me. I didn't know how to handle it, but first of all, I didn't know the people who were involved. Yeah. And they sent private investigators. They sent random people to try to gain information. And there was no fast and speedy trial. There was DNA evidence. Right now, there's DNA evidence that would completely change the entire story. And he would have to get a retrial. But where that boy's family is well connected to judges, they make every excuse in the book not to put the DNA evidence in. So
yeah. They if you've got the law enforcement involvement, you've got the judicial system and the judges' involvement, you've got the Attorney General's office involvement, you've got child protective services, foster care, adoptive services. When they are all involved, you're fucked. You've got nowhere to turn, nowhere.
Yeah.
And even to get a change of venue, Kentucky's made the rule that the head judge, the Judge Kraft, who is the felony judge at Letcher, it has to go through him. He has to approve it. So
Yeah.
you can't do anything.
Yeah.
And
Like I said, I've never seen a fair trial, and
No.
it's crazy.
And
Because
they
it
won't
doesn't matter how.
trial,
Yeah, it doesn't
because
matter.
it exposes them.
They just want you to pay. They want to drain you mentally, emotionally,
Yes,
physically,
yes,
spiritually, any way possible.
Yes.
And then once you get down to it, no matter how hard you fight, whether you're
They
in
are
the wrong or
the
the right,
drugs.
they're
You're
gonna
vulnerable.
win.
Yep.
So
You're vulnerable. Once they've broken you down, they'll give you the drugs, they'll give you the antidepressants, they'll give you whatever they can make money off you for later down the track. And
I think
that's
that
how
I
they
was very fortunate because I have that Chicago FU attitude. Like
you were lucky to get a trial.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let anybody like stomp over my rights or do certain things because I grew up around Chicago police officers,
And you
because
knew
I
what
know
to
how the system is supposed to work.
Mhm.
And
Correct.
they just, I don't think they wanted to hear this Puerto Rican mouth go off.
No, they don't. They don't expect people to stand up for themselves because they've taught them not to. They've taught them to turn a blind eye. That's the safest option, like.
Oh yeah, if you speak up, it is wild. Like
Yeah.
Taya, Brandy,
You're
me,
crazy.
You're
They'll
crazy.
tell you you're
they'll try to
crazy.
put you in a mental hospital. You need to be. They'll just flat out make fake accounts and tell you need to take your crazy pills.
Correct. That's how they discredit you
Mm-hmm.
to the community, and
Or they
Or
threaten
like after
taking
that
your
newspaper,
kids.
after that newspaper article came out, one of the first things they said whenever I was like, whenever I had responded back to them in the comments, they said, "Sober up, motherfucker. I am sober. The fuck off me. The whole world sees that I'm sober. The whole fucking world sees that I'm sober. You know what I mean? Like, you ain't gonna come at me and accusing me of being a little strung out meth head junkie any fucking more. Get off me with this shit. No more. You ain't controlling me like that no more.
Come at me with
Don't
something else.
Come at me with something else. Yeah, because I think we're far beyond that now.
Well, I mean, I think that they're just used to that same cycle. That's just the easiest way to discredit people.
Yeah, because they play on your trauma and hope that it will just shut you down before you have a chance to fucking process what's happening to you.
they weaponize
Before
it.
you have a chance for anybody to believe what you said.
Yep. And I was actually concerned for Sabrina's safety the closer she got to that trial, because they
I
did
was
actually.
too.
They
She was
did actually.
becoming a liability close. She
Yeah.
was on the edge of it.
She was run off the road at one stage. They even had access to not just her bank account, but her son's as well.
Yeah.
And they basically maxed out the credit cards on Temu and Amazon, so they didn't have any funds, and they were trying to financially cripple them, the week before the trial. And they hounded her, hounded her to settle.
And then the isolation, it's not out of and with the retaliation, people don't understand. They will hire private investigators to watch your house, everything that you do. Well, my mom, she took the Chicago police test, and we ended up moving here. She became friends with a police officer named Todd Mattingly, and he would go and they take shifts and they watch you. And they've got devices that can literally see through your walls. Got evidence of it. They'll see through your walls if some judge has a grudge against you. And they will break into your home the moment that you go to sleep, move stuff around just to be like, we can get to you anytime that you want to. And
intimidation.
And it's intimidation. And it's the stuff that people who do speak out have to go through is it will take a toll. it will take
Oh, yes.
a while.
Because it's little at a time. They chip away a little at a time, a little at a time.
Yeah.
You know, and it gets exhausting.
Yep. I've just got a little message here for Miss Brandy that I've been asked to read. Okay.
Oh,
It says, Mama, your strength amazes me every single day. Living with MS isn't easy, but you carry a courage that most people could only hope to have. You've faced pain, exhaustion, and uncertainty, yet you still show love, kindness, and determination in everything you do. To me, you're more than a survivor. You are a warrior. Your resilience reminds everyone around you what true strength looks like. And I am endlessly proud to call you my mother. This month and every month, I celebrate you, your bravery, and the incredible heart that keeps you fighting forward. Love, Sarah.
oh, my baby. I love you.
Oh, so good.
It
Beautiful.
was. And it's true because
Oh,
when you
yeah.
go through all
It
this,
is true. I don't think Brandy
so-
realizes what a hero she is to so many people.
Yes.
Oh, thank you guys.
That's who I'm celebrating for Women's History Month is Miss Brandy.
Oh, is that March? Is it Women's History Month?
Yes.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Yeah, they gave us our International Women's Day. They took an hour away from us and made it on Daylight Savings Time this year.
Go figure.
Nice. Ladies, I'm down to 1% on my laptop.
Oh, Lord.
So
That's fine. I've got an appointment to go to this shortly as well, so we can certainly wrap it up. But
Yeah.
just to answer Udah's question, like who they can definitely. I don't know if they've actually done anything about the credit card stuff, but you're pushing shit uphill when it comes to dealing with anything over there. It's
you have to constantly change your passwords. They will have hackers break into absolutely everything.
so
Records.
what level does that have to go to be able to gain that amount of access to someone's personal stuff? That's how high it goes.
That is since 2014. I've known that they can access your financial records, your messages, everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like there's like these people, they work with, the federal government. So they have access to Israeli spyware, you name it. A bunch of people from January 6th, they had, or churchgoers, anyone who spoke up about the pandemic, their financial records were accessed and weaponized against them, which is illegal.
So, listen, taking that into account and the fact that they have been using these very things to bust people around here for selling drugs and doing things that they say is illegal the entire time, why can they not just pull these fucking perpetrators' phone records and look at their own fucking messages? They don't need us to fucking produce evidence. They have the fucking evidence. That's what's fucked up about it. They don't need us to come up with video proof because they already fucking have it. And the fact that they won't fucking act on it is the problem.
Yep.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
There is no incentive for them to do it.
That's what I'm saying. You can't fucking tell me that they can't fucking pull Kevin Mullins' phone records. Come
They'll
on.
say
Now.
they can't do it without a warrant, but I mean,
He's dead.
They only need probable cause.
Dead men don't need warrants.
right.
And they didn't need no fucking warrant whenever they're pulling our phone records trying to bust somebody for giving away a Suboxone.
That's exactly right.
Yep. If they can't find any evidence,
If they can fucking bust somebody for drugs, they can fucking bust somebody for being a goddamn pedophile or a predator.
I don't know what it is about this state, but pedophiles and predators are protected. Like,
Very much
but
so.
drug addicts,
Absolutely.
they can completely condemn them.
This is like pedophile heaven right here.
It really is.
It really is. Have you all noticed how many people have moved here that are registered small child rapists?
Yeah.
Small child rapists.
Oh no,
And
they're
they
even
release
putting
them from
them in
prison,
rehab.
and guess where they move? Right here, Letcher County, free and clear, where nobody's going to bother them, and they can just live out their sick fucking fantasies as long as they want.
Yeah.
with no repercussions.
No repercussions. Yep.
I mean, I think we
It
need
makes
to
me
make
livid.
hanging pedophiles great again. That's what I think.
Makes
Yeah.
me fucking livid.
They get to send them to their Title IV funded mental health programs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're putting them in rehabs and
Yep.
Filtering them through.
I think her phone's died. Bugger. That's bad pause too. Sorry, Nicole. Bad pause. But absolutely, that's every avenue. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Every avenue you've got.
Every angle they can
Yeah.
use.
Correct.
They've got it covered. So
Yep.
what do? You know,
Yep. And you
gotta
can't even
start
trust.
from the ground up. The ground up.
Yeah. Cannot even trust the attorneys. So. Yeah.
That's the main thing. If we had attorneys that,
Yeah.
holy
Civil
moly,
rights attorneys, yeah, like she said.
yeah. And you would think that they would be excited to jump in on this because I'm telling you, when it does come out, it's going to be huge.
And it will come out. It will come out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's coming.
It's coming.
I've been doing a lot of networking behind the scenes and trying to get like there's heaps of other content creators that are focusing on this in their own counties and fighting the fight. So yeah, don't worry, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. All right, my lovelies. Well,
That was good.
We had a
yes.
good one.
And I
Well, you
managed to get my supper started too. In the meantime, I got baked potatoes in the oven, got fried chicken about to go on the stove, and corn.
Ooh. So were you aware how much of these programs and costs that are paid by the Title IV funding?
I knew that foster care was, and stuff, and I knew kinship care, different programs like that. But I didn't realize how much the court was tied in with it,
So I reckon the best way now is to attack the money. If you dry up the money, and you follow the money trail.
Yeah.
I think.
How fucked up is it that we live in a world where the money matters more than the kids?
Oh yeah.
It's messed
How
up.
fucked up is it that in order to bust these people, we got to go after their wallet, not the fact that they harm children?
Yep.
Like,
Like
what
I
the fuck
said,
is wrong
Al
with us?
Capone. That's how they got Al Capone. He done a bunch of other things, with the, but they got him for tax evasion. It's sad, but it may be the only way to get to it.
Yeah, it might be the only way to get any case to justice.
Yeah.
I don't think we have the answer there at the moment at all. We haven't had for years.
No.
Well, I call it Kentucky, not Kentucky.
Yeah.
Land of the enslaved.
Oh yeah. Yeah. All right, lovelies. I am going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will I'll message Nicole and thank her as well.
Yes.
And betcha we will be getting them. We will be getting them come rain, hail, or fucking shine, one way or the other.
Right.
They'll be getting got. Thanks, Tyre, for joining us, sweetheart.
Thank you for,
You're nice
for everything.
Your waxing mustache.
Right?
That
I am much better, feeling much better. I told Dusty I'm tired of feeling like an ogre. You got to take me to the store so I can go get some hair removal.
Yeah, and you've like your face is totally red.
It's not real bad now, I guess. It was worse this morning whenever I put it on. But yeah, it's been a while since I waxed, so it definitely took a layer of skin off with it. That's okay though. It's not like I can't shed a few layers of wrinkles.
Awesome. All right. Well, if you can't be good at it. Be nice to your mum. God, she loves you. And hasta la vista, bitches. Bye-bye.
whispers in the shadowed halls, a judge's gavel, justice stalls. Hands that should protect, they take, turn lives to ash, left hearts to break.
But in the silence, voices rise.